Alrighty, kiddos, welcome to the first video of the 2017-18 school year. This is for geometry. I'm going to try and figure out how to split up my page into geometry and algebra. Hopefully that'll make things a little bit easier, but I'm not hugely technically gifted, so I'll ask my son. So, here we go. So, what we have here is the angle addition postulate. We got 20 problems. I'm going to walk through the first 10 for you. I'm also having a cup of coffee, so if you hear me sip, I apologize. So, I'm going to start with 1. Now remember, the name of the game here is yellow and blue make green. We want to set the problem up so that the two interior angles equal the measure of the exterior angle. So on each one of these 10, I'm going to label the two interior angles yellow and blue. I'm going to label the exterior angle green. I am then going to go ahead and write out my angle addition postulate sentence. That's going to be the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of interior angle 2 equals the measure of the exterior angle. I am then going to go ahead and substitute those in, the actual numbers, use my algebra to solve, plug the x back in to find the measure of the requested angle. So, we're going to start off with number 1. We're going to take angle F or CDF as yellow. We're going to take angle FDE as blue. We're going to take angle CDE as green. Okay? So we're now going to write off to the side what those equal. CDE is going to equal 9x plus 2, or CDF equals 50, that's my yellow. FDE, that's my blue, that equals 3x plus 6. And finally we have CDE, which is 9x plus 2. So we color-coded everything, we labeled it, now we're going to write our sentence. So we know yellow and blue, yellow, measure of angle CDF, plus blue, measure of angle FDE, equals green, the measure of angle CDE. So what we're going to do now is we're going to substitute in. And all we have to do here is basically look over right there. So we're going to go 50 plus 3x plus 6 equals 9x plus 2. Now again, what we did was we just took the numbers from over on the left and plugged them in. We had CDF equals 50, so we substituted out. Now we're going to combine like terms, so we're going to get 3x plus 56 equals 9x plus 2. Subtract 3x from both sides. We're allowed to do that by the subtraction property of equality. 56 equals 6x plus 2. So we're going to subtract 2 from both sides, and we're going to get 54 equals 6x. We're going to divide both sides by 6, and we get x equals 9. Now, being that we were asked for the measure of an angle, we're now going to have to go take that 9 and plug it back in. So we're asked to find FDE. That's our blue. So we're going to go FDE equals 3x plus 6. We know that x equals 9, so we're going to plug that 9 in instead of x. That's this x right here, and we're plugging it in right there. So we have 3 times 9 plus 6, 27 plus 6. So we get the measure of angle FDE as 33. So, next, number 2. Our yellow is going to be ABF. So we're going to write over there, measure of angle ABF equals 13x plus 9. Now, I would suggest you, at least if you don't have the ability to actually color code, do something to help you remember what it is that you're doing. The yellow and blue make green until such a time as you really have this down pat. Coffee sipping, on we go. So, That's our yellow. Our blue is going to be FBC. So we're going to write over there in blue, FBC equals 70. And we get green, the measure of ABC equals 24x plus 2. So now we're going to write out our sentence. Yellow and blue make green. We're going to start with the angles themselves. Measure of angle ABF plus the measure of angle FBC equals the measure of angle ABC. Yellow and blue make green. Are you sick of hearing it? Because I'm sick of saying it, but I'm going to keep going because I want you guys to learn this stuff. So, ABF, we're going to substitute out 13x plus 9 plus FBC, 70, equals 24x plus 2. So now that's our algebra problem. Now we combine like terms. We're going to get 13x plus 79 equals 24x plus 2. I like to keep my x's positive. So I'm going to go 13x subtracted from both sides. That's the subtraction property of equality. We then get 79 equals 11x plus 2. We're going to double dip on that subtraction property of equality and subtract 2 from both sides. We then get 77 equals 11x. Divide both sides by 11 and we get x equals 7. Now the good thing here is if you're watching this and something doesn't make sense to you, if something's not clicking, you know what, you can just rewind, watch it again, because really, who doesn't want to hear my voice for like 3 hours at a time? Okay. Clearly, I'm joking. So, we're looking here for ABF. So we know that ABF is... I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay, so something weird happened over on the left. I apologize. So ABF, we know that the measure of angle ABF is equal to 13x plus 9. We know that x equals 7. So we're going to go 13 times 7 plus 9. 13 times 7 is 91, plus 9 equals 100. And that's going to be our answer. That the measure of angle ABF equals 100. So, now let's look at number 3. So, again, I just did 1 and 2. If you're still having trouble, I'm going to do all the way up through number 10. Now, ideally, what I'd like you guys to do is kind of do this one by one. So if you watch 1 and 2, and I'm totally fine with that. Once you get to 3, I'd like you to take 4 or 5 minutes, work on number 3. Take another 4 or 5 minutes, work on number 4. And then only after you have worked on it, looked back, checked your notes, watched maybe 1 and 2 again, gone back, looked at the steps we went through on 1 and 2, then come back, watch 3 and 4. Because I want you guys to learn this, not just learn how to copy it down. So, if you're still having trouble, let's do number 3. Again, key here is understanding that the two interior angles, the sum of their measure is going to be equal to the measure of the exterior angle. And we kind of color code that as yellow and blue make green. So, our yellow here on number 3 is going to be TUM. Angle tummy. I want to go to bed right now. So I'm getting warm coffee tummy. I'm getting this done, and then it's off to bed. It's currently 11 o'clock. This probably won't get posted until like 1 a.m. or something, and that's totally okay. So any of you guys who get woken up with the alert that this got posted, I apologize. But if you got that alert, make sure you comment your name so that way I can make sure you guys get the extra credit. I know I've gotten a couple of subscribers just from the numbers, but only 2 people have commented or emailed me. So, onward we go. TUM. It's 35 degrees. Our blue here is going to be MUV. Should really have gone VUM, because then it would be VUM. So, tum and VUM. That sounds like fun. So, or a really bad 70s cop show. So, the measure of angle MUV equals 19x minus 4. And then that exterior angle, that green angle, That's TUV. Measure of angle TUV is going to be 25x minus 5. So we end up with yellow TUV. Again, once we've listed everything we've had, once we've color-coded everything, we're going to write our sentence, our kind of equation sentence. We're dealing here with the angle addition postulate, so I'm going to just call it our angle addition postulate sentence. Measure of angle TUV plus the measure of angle TUM equals the measure of angle TU. What did I screw up here? Green's TUV, MUV is blue. So let me go fix that really quickly. Put TUM twice, or TUV twice. Blue is MUV. And yellow was TUM, right? Yeah. So that I can just erase those last two. And there, yellow and blue make green. Now we got it. So 35, that was our TUM. We look over and we go, what did MUV equal? 19x minus 4, so that's what we're going to put instead of the angle. TUV equaled 25x minus 5, so that's what we're going to put. And now, off to the races, off to the algebra. So we're going to combine like terms. That 19x has nothing to combine with, so it stays solo. 35 minus 4 gives us 31. Then on the other side, nothing doing, 25x minus 5. Nothing, no terms to combine. So we're now going to subtract 19x from both sides. Subtraction property of equality. That's going to give us 31 equals 6x. Minus 5, we're then going to add 5 to both sides. We're going to get 36 equals 6x. Divide both sides by 6, and we get x equals 6. Again, we're looking for MUV here. That's our blue. Oops. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, okay, the measure of angle MUV is equal to 19x minus 4. We just figured out that x equals 6, so we're going to substitute out 19 times 6 minus 4. 19 times 6 is 114 minus 4, so we get the measure of angle MUV equals 110. Donezo. Okay, moving on to number 4. Again, if that didn't make sense, if any part of it you got stuck, feel free, just rewind this really quickly, watch that part again. If it still doesn't make sense, write down what doesn't make sense about it. Write down what you do understand, what you don't understand. That way, when I ask if you guys had problems with the homework, you can sit there and go, Mr. Renard, number 3, I don't understand where the 19x minus 4 came from, or something like that. Right? You can sit there and go, hey, and then explain it. The better understanding you have of what you don't understand, I know that sounds silly, but it's a thing. If you can pinpoint what you're not getting, then it makes my job easier, and then that way I don't have to sit there and hold on. Okay, so my computer just decided to reset in the middle of that, so I have no clue what I was saying, and I hope I'm picking up at the right spot. Just finished number 3, on to number 4. So again, we'll start off yellow and blue make green. If you don't understand what I mean by that, go back, watch the earlier video. So here we're going to start with HGM as yellow, and again, then we're going to go over to the right and write HGM equals 2 plus 57x. This repetition is doing the same thing over and over. It'll help you learn what it is you're doing, and it'll help you understand it better, and it will help you to succeed. So I would really encourage you to take this task, or these steps. So blue, MGF. Over on the right, MGF equals 28. And then we got the green one on the outside. See, yellow and blue make green. Measure of angle HGF equals 72x. So now what we want to do is we want to write out our postulate statement, which is HGM plus the measure of MGF, yellow and blue, and we get green. HGF. So now what we're going to do is we're going to substitute out. HGM is 2 plus 57x. MGF is 28. And HGF is 72x. We combine like terms. It's going to give us 57x plus 30 equals 72x. We're then going to subtract 57x from both sides. And we're going to get 30 equals 15x. Divide both sides by 15, division property of equality. We're going to get x equals 2. Now we're told to find HGF, so we know that the measure of angle HGF equals 72x. We know that x equals 2, so we're going to go 72 times 2, or 144. And that's our answer. Measure of HGF equals 144. Okay, so now we're going to switch over to number 5. Same process. We're going to go choose MLN as our, or NLM rather, as our yellow. That's going to equal 14x minus 9. We're going to go KLN, that's our blue, so KLN equals 20. And then ML, or KLM, as our green. So the measure of angle KLM equals negative 11 plus 16x. So now we're going to write our postulate statement. NLM plus KLN equals KLM. Say that 10 times fast. So after a sip of coffee, we're back. We are substituting 14x minus 9 plus 20. And again, I'm trying to color code those just to make them easier for you. 14x minus 9 plus 20 equals negative 11 plus 16x. We're going to combine like terms. That 14x minus 9 plus 20 gives us 14x plus 11 equals negative 11 plus 16x. We're going to subtract 14x from both sides. And we're going to get 11 equals negative 11 plus 2x. Now we're going to use the addition property of equality, and we're going to add 11 to both sides. That's going to give us 22 equals 2x. Divide both sides by 2. Good old division property of equality. And we get x equals 11. So we are told to find KLM. KLM is 11. X is 11. Sorry, KLM is negative 11 plus 16x. So we're going to plug that x in for that 11. So now we have negative 11 plus 16 times 11. 16 times 11, that's going to give us negative 11 plus 176, because 16 times 11 is 176. And we're going to go, the measure of KLM equals 165. Hey, Brea. It's my doggy, Brea. She's sitting outside with me. See, I went to do this somewhere else, but we just got chickens, and they were chirping really loudly. So I came outside I didn't want you guys to have to listen to chickens. So I brought my puppy with me. She's not a puppy. She's like 6 years old. Okay, anyway. Back to problem number 6. Same exact process. Yellow and blue make green. So we're going to go DTU being yellow. So then we write the measure of angle DTU equals 5 plus 15x. STD, blue. The measure of angle STD equals 19x plus 1. Green, the measure of angle STU. And that's going to equal 176. We then write our postulate statement. DTU plus STD is equal to the measure of STU. Now we're going to substitute. 5 plus 15x, that's our measure of DTU, plus 19x plus 1, that's our measure of STD. equals 176. That's the measure of STU. We're now going to combine like terms. So we're going to get 34x plus 6 equals 176. We're going to subtract 6 from both sides, so we get 34x equals 170. Divide both sides by 34, and we're going to get x equals 5. So now we're looking for the measure of DTU. So we know that the measure of DTU equals 5 plus 15x. We know that x equals 5, so we're going to plug that in for the x. So 5 plus 15 times 5. That's going to give us 5 plus 75, or 80. So the measure of angle DTU equals 80. Make sense? So we're now going to jump over to number 7. Again, same exact thing. Yellow and blue make green. We're down to the final 4. So you just got to keep drilling. Once you think you get it, keep working until you know this. Okay. We're going to start with our yellow, which is IJB. Okay. So we're going to go, the measure of IJB is 2x plus 18. Measure of angle BJK, that's our blue, is 115. Our green angle is going to be IJK, and we're going to say that the measure of IJK is 15x plus 3. Again, yellow and blue make green, so we're going to write our postulate sentence. The measure of angle IJB plus the measure of angle BJK is going to be equal to the measure of IJK. Yellow and blue make green. Substitute out. IJB is 2x plus 18. BJK is 115, and IJK is 15x plus 3. So we're going to go combine like terms. Nothing to combine the 2x with, so we're just going to combine the 18 and the 115 and get 133. So that's going to give us 2x plus 133 equals 15x plus 3. We're going to subtract 2x from both sides. We're going to get 133 equals 13x plus 3. Subtract 3 from both sides, and we get 130 equals 13x. Divide both sides by 13, division property of equality, and we get x equals 10. Now we're told to find the measure of IJK. That's 15x plus 3. So we're going to go, and it's right there. So we're going to just plug in that 10 for the x. 15 times 10 plus 3 gives us 150 plus 3, or the measure of IJK as 153. Number 8, we're just going to jump straight on, and go UJK is going to be our yellow, so we're going to go the measure of UJK equals 115. Oh! Measure of UJK equals 115. Our blue is going to be IJU. So the measure of IJU equals 2x plus 16. That's our yellow and our blue. So now we're just looking for that big outer one, and that's our green. So the measure of IJK is going to be 11x plus 23. So now we write out our postulate sentence, and we're going to go the measure of UJK plus the measure of IJU equals the measure of IJK. So that gives us 115 plus 2x plus 16 equals 11x plus 23. Combine like terms. So we're going to get 2x plus 131 equals 11x plus 23. And subtract 2x from both sides. That's going to give us 131 equals 9x plus 23. Double dip on the subtraction property of equality. So we're going to subtract 23. And we're going to get 108 equals 9x. We are then going to use the division property of equality, divide both sides by 9, and we get x equals 12. Now we're looking for IJK here, or IJU. IJU is 2x plus 16. X equals 12, so we're going to go 2 times 12 plus 16. That's going to give us 24 plus 16, or the measure of IJU equals 40. Let's jump on down to number 9. We still got room on this page. Woohoo! So our yellow is going to be SRG. We're going to say SRG equals 2x plus 85. Our green is going to be GRQ, or blue, sorry, because the inner ones are yellow and blue. So GRQ, and we're told that that has a measure of 68 degrees. That makes our green one SRQ, and we're going to go the measure of SRQ equals x plus 153. So our statements, the measure of SRG, that's our yellow, plus the measure of GRQ, that's our blue, give us the measure of SRQ, that's our green. Yellow and blue make green. 2x plus 85, we're substituting out now, plus 68 equals our green, x plus 153. Now it's just algebra. Combine like terms, we get 2x plus 153 equals x plus 153. Subtract x from both sides using the subtraction property of equality. We get x plus 153 equals 153. Okay, so this is looking a little weird because we're going to subtract 153 from both sides. We get x is 0. Okay, now I haven't been checking anything so far, but I'm going to go ahead and check this one. Because though there's no problem with x being 0, it's a little weird. So we're going to go back, we're going to find the measure of all 3 angles, and then set up our yellow plus blue equals green sentence, and see if it matches up. So, if SRG, so we're going to go SRG is 2x plus 8, D5, x equals 0, so we go 2 times 0 plus 85, equals 85. 0 plus 85, or 85. So that makes our yellow angle 85. GRQ is 68. So now we're going to go, does 85 plus 68 equal 153? Now we look over at SRQ, that's where we got the 153 from. SRQ is simply x plus 153. So if we plug that 0 in for the x, we're just going to get 153. Does 85 plus 68 equal 153? Sure does. So we're good. So our answer there then would be 85 right there. Okay, last one, number 10. It's getting kind of crowded. I want you to be able to see this one last time. And yellow ABP. Measure of ABP equals 6x plus 9. Blue, PBC. That's going to equal 130. So we've got our yellow, got our blue, we're going to put them together and we get our green, ABC equals 34x minus 1. So we're going to write our sentence right there. ABP, our yellow, plus PBC, measure of PBC. Our blue equals the measure of ABC, our green. So, now we substitute out 6x plus 9 plus 130 equals 34x minus 1. Combine like terms. 6x plus 139 equals 34x minus 1. Subtraction property of equality, join the x's, keep them positive. So we're going to subtract 6x from both sides. That's going to give us 139 equals 28x minus 1. We're now going to add 1 to both sides. We're going to get 140 equals 28x. Divide both sides by 28, and you're going to get x equals 5. So now we're looking for ABC. We know that ABC over here, just put a little arrow right there, see, is 34x minus 1. So we go x equals 5. We're going to substitute that x in for the x in 34x minus 1. We get 34 times 5 minus 1. That means we're going to get 170 minus 1, or the measure of ABC. That's our big green one, is 169. We're going to check that. PBC, we know, is 130. And then we're going to take that 5 and we're going to plug it in for ABP. 6 times 5 is 30. 30 plus 9 is 9. So our interior angles are 39 and 130. We add those up to get the big angle, 169. 130 plus 39 equals 169. Sure does. So we check, we're done. Now I want you guys to try 11 through 20 on your own. If you guys can't get it still, go back, rewatch the video, find something that kind of looks the same, watch that one, and then use that as a model for your own stuff. If you have any further questions over the weekend or anything, go ahead and give me an email, and I'll see what I can do to help you out. If not, excuse me. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I hope you guys all really behaved well for Miss Colvin, and I will see you guys on Monday. Thank you very much.